All right, good evening and welcome, traders. It is Thursday, March 21, 2024. Let's get into the market wrap up today. We'll take a look at some of the charts. We'll take a look at our portfolio. We'll see what we did today. Had another really great day. In fact, we're having a fantastic week. This might be, if I quick, you know what, we'll take a quick look. In fact, let's just jump into the trading account. Why even let me talk when we can show you what's going on? So let's take a look and see what's going on in the account right now. So for today, let's just get into the numbers. We finished the day at a minus 510 delta, so definitely negative on the deltas. Totally fine with where we are. The market being overbought on the weekly chart and getting close to overbought on the daily with a pretty good. It's not a blow-off move today, but with yesterday's move and today up a little bit more, but finishing off the highs, certainly things are overdone, and we would expect some sort of a pullback, but it may or may never happen. But I like the fact that I'm negative delta, positive theta. All right, 0.11, super small within our plus or minus 0.2% range. Nothing to do on deltas. I don't care what they do as long as we continue to make money. Theta today up to 1,097, so a little bit longer on theta overall. We're at 0.23, still low, but not out of the ordinary for a low vol environment. And we are in an extremely low vol. VIX is now under 13 at 1292. So super low vol environment overall, which means we can have a lot of trades working, but our theta is definitely going to be low. Net lick today did drop a fraction, 468,865. Most of that drop was, hey, we continue to move up higher, which is putting pressure on naked calls and hedge trades, and also long puts that we have on that are left over from 112 trades. So when you have a lot of long puts, a lot of long puts for hedges, and you've also sold covered calls or not covered, I'm sorry, you sold naked calls in your portfolio, all of those things are going to take a bit of a hit while the market continues to set new highs. However, we are set up really, really nicely. I mean, you can see that our net lick really hasn't moved, but we're generating cash, and it's only the reason net lick hasn't moved is only because of a few trades that if the market gets any kind of a pullback going, you're going to see that net lick balloon up pretty quickly. So overall, that's pretty good. BP usage 297.027. You will see that we jumped from 437 to 468 today. A $30,000 jump, not because I did anything magical trading wise. It's because I dropped in another $30,000 into this account. So I'm going to add a little bit more to this account as we go. It's allowing us to do some more trades in here, but we had the money and might as well put it to work. I don't want it sitting in savings or anything else that would not earn me the same type of return. So we dropped another 30 grand into this account, taking us to 468. Our BP usage didn't really increase because of that, and you saw our overall BP dropping down to 54%. So just a little bit over our 50% threshold, with the markets being overbought. So we're kind of content right in here a bit. We'll see. And then today, another $1,870 to the good. So if you look at this week, every single day, a four-figure increase. So far, we're up 13,960 for the week. 13,960 for the week. So if we look at our weekly for the beginning of the year, the largest week we've had was this week here at $8,400 week. Okay, we're going to, right now, if we closed today, we're going to be up 13,960, by far the largest week we've had. Yes, we had a couple strangle losses that occurred during during the last 2 weeks. We're still up decently on the month, not where we would love to be, but we're considering 2 strangle losses, and we're still up $5,800 this month and up over 1.2% after taking some losses. And our net lick is up $26,000 since the beginning here, but we got to factor in. Sorry, that's a misnomer. So I want to take out plus we got to add in this, so we're really not up that much. Okay, so our net lick is actually down 3,700 bucks. So my bad, but I want to be clear that this is where we are. So we technically would be down fractionally if we didn't have the 30 in there. We'd be at 438. We'd be down about 3,700 bucks, right? So we're just down fractionally, but all of this net lick is in a couple of trades that are getting tested to the upside because the market only is going straight vertical frickin' up. All right, so as that calms down, we'll be in good shape. Let's take a look at what we closed today. And we had a good handful of things. So first thing we closed, technically this was last night, but we booked it today. So we had a gold naked put that closed for 800 bucks in 6 days. We hit 40% on that, 41% in 6 days on that trade. We had 2 0 DTE trades again today. 2 more winners, a 300 and a 250, giving us, a 60 and a 56% winner on both of these individually, which was almost 2% gain in the account today. So that was nice to see, based upon the margin that they used. And then also we had oil. We took off a strangle in 1 day. So we put a strangle on yesterday, the 63,101. We put the strangle on. There was a reason we put it on yesterday. And if you want to know what those are, come follow along with why we put certain trades on. I took it off in 1 day for 18%. Now, normally we look for 50%, and normally they take about 30 days. But if you make 18 in 1 day, why would you wait another potentially 29 days on average to get to 50%? I'm going to just take it off and get a new one on, and we'll book the profit on that. So took the profit early. You can't really beat 18% in 1 day or a 6% return on your margin in 1 day. If you were a typical YouTube furu out there, you'd probably take your 18% in 1 day and multiply that out and tell people that, hey, I'm making $6,570 or percent, and is my percent on a trade. I'm not going to do that. I just told you guys here what it is, but you will not see that on my thumbnail for this video. But we did make $6,500 annualized profit on that trade. Not too shabby for a 1 day trade. All right, and then if we look quickly at strangles, so closing that strangle out, we are now 20 wins out of 22 trades in strangle. So 20 wins out of 22 trades, not too bad. We're at 91% win rate on our strangles overall. So I feel pretty good about where we are on those strangles. We're up over 10 grand in strangles this year alone. Despite losing a couple this month, overall $10,000 in strangles, $8,000 in long-term 112s, of which January we had we had taken some off in December, and in March we just haven't closed the second one for the month yet. It's all good. I'm not going to close it early. I'm not going to get out of something that I don't need to get out of, but we do have a 112 trade that's at 92%, so it's close, but no cookie yet. So I'm going to stick to my guns here, and we're gonna wait. I don't need to close it out. We'll wait and see what happens. If it closes before the end of the month, we will be in great shape. But I still have 9 more days to go. All right, and then we're sitting at $21,000 this year in standard 112 trades across the board. We're up another 2,500 this month so far. And then if we look down here, 0 DTE, we're up almost $4,000 on the month with a fantastic win rate. And another almost 2 grand into the kitty. And then some of our naked puts, we've made 1,600 bucks there. Overall, another 2,000 in spec trades this month. So overall, doing pretty well. We have won 26 trades this month, and we've only lost 2. So 26 and 2 when we look at this. So only 2 losing trades, which was a strangle here and a strangle here. Everything else has been a winning trade in the portfolio. So we're doing great. Love where we are for the month. Would I like to see us keep rolling at the 5-6% a month. Yeah, but that's got to slow down. You can't just keep cranking at a ridiculous level. 3% is our goal. That's what we're shooting for. We can still hit that goal if we put another $5,000 or $6,000 in the kitty this month. Our goal for the month was 13,277 for this month. So we're not far off. 7 grand. We can easily make that up with a couple more decent trades. For the year so far, we're up 11,000 or 11.73% on realized gains. That's realized cash in hand gains, and we're up about 10.2%. The reason these numbers are probably a little low right now is because now I have to take into account that I put $30,000 in today. And that's even though I haven't had this 30,000 to work for the whole year, I'm still going to count it in my baseline. We'll make up for it. It's okay. I'm not worried about trying to show 13% or something like that. S&P's up still over 10% for the year. So S&P's up well, and we're either matching it with our net lick or we're exceeding it in our thing. And if we can stay slightly ahead of the S&P in a rally like this, imagine what we're going to do. We make more money when the market is slowly selling off. So if the S&P starts to drop and pull back, you're going to see our net lick start to bounce higher and higher and higher. So we match and beat the market in an uptrend, but we're going to murder the market if it starts a downtrend. So that's what we're banking on here. Those are some pretty good looking numbers. I'm happy where we are with those trades, and we did get some new trades put on today. A quick look at the overall portfolio. Here's what we're sitting at. If I'm looking, you know what? We'll leave it here. If we look at the capital requirements as well, and you want to take a look at the allocations, you can see here by allocation. ES, we're sitting at 45% because we did just put some new trades on today. And a couple of new campaign trades we're sitting at. So we're up using 45%. That's the most we've been invested in ES, and that's probably about the extent of that move in ES. Oil, we closed a strangle today, but we still have 16% of this account is in oil. We have 10% of this account in bonds. We have 4% in Russell, 3% or 4% in copper, 3% in the Aussie dollar, and then some miscellaneous other trades. And we're sitting at 15% of our account buying power being used for bill overall. Now, that bill amount, I want to pump that up a little bit more for tomorrow. So we're going to be adding this because we want to keep this close to 10%. And since we added the $30,000 today, we should be able to put another 300 shares in bill and take our capital requirements up a little bit more. So I'm sorry, we're going to probably take these up to about 47,000. So we're actually going to use about 3,500 in bill. And if we divide that by the 25% margin, we'll probably put about $14,000 worth of bill in there. So I take that back. We're going to put about, what is bill sitting at, 91, something like that. We're going to end up putting in about 100 to 150 shares of bill tomorrow. So we're going to open up tomorrow. We'll drop some more bill in the account. We'll see how that goes. Markets are open after hours at 6 o'clock here. You can see we're up slightly, $5 on ES, so not a whole lot going on. Gold, massive day today in gold. We'll go and update some of these numbers, but you can see they just started. The after hours sessions have just opened up. It's 6 o'clock Eastern now. And then let's just jump into a few of the charts just to give you a sense of what's going on. So here's ES on the day, rallied up, pounded a new high, finished a little bit off of that high today, but on the weekly, you just continue to climb farther and farther into overbought territory. Again, we're going back 6 years right now since we were at an RSI this high. Okay, that is an extreme overbought condition. You can see that even on the squeeze, we had started losing some momentum, got a little bit of it back this week, but you're well above, if we zoom in here, you are well above this 3 ATR line, which is still pointing up. We pushed even higher above that today. If you're looking at the daily chart, We topped out, hit right at the 3 ATR level when we set that new high today, and we fell back, and that ATR is pretty flat. So I think that'll be something we'll continue to see. Can we pump above it with one more last gasp, or do we need to see something pulling back? Still looks bullish on the day. So I'm still not putting on strangles in ES, but I'm getting doggone close. Any pullback here would be a reason for me to start getting back into ES strangles. But for right now, 112 trades and long naked puts, sorry, short naked puts are my method of playing the market in ES. If we look at the other parts of the big four, as I call them, as we look at oil here, the weekly charts have just been rallying higher. You're in a squeeze, potentially firing out of that squeeze, maybe. RSI is moving higher. MACD is moving higher. We've broken out of this ascending wedge with a bullish PSR. So weekly, very bullish. The daily, though, you've pulled back a bit. So overall, this is in a little bit of a bearish pullback, but it's still a bullish trend overall. You broke out of the ascending wedge. 2 days worth of pullback. I tried to get a strangle on today. It did not fill before the close today. But as oil starts to open back up, I'm going to try to get that strangle put back in. So I like this pullback, breakout, pull back a little bit here, and then we're kind of flat. So I'm going to actually try to get that strangle put on. I know you can't see what I'm trading, but I'm going to take a quick look at what I had working here. And let's see, what did we have working in? So I canceled trades. So we had this one working. I'm going to put a similar order on. Let's see if this still holds water. I am going to put another strangle on in oil right now. I like the amounts that it's at, pretty much where we were. So I'm going to open it up and we're going to throw that trade into the mix. So got a strangle trade on oil working to replace the one I took off early today. So we've got that trade working right now. I like oil here for strangles. It's in a bullish mode on both the weekly and the daily, but you're losing a little momentum on the daily. I just think it's setting up nicely for 112, 111 trades and strangle trades. I think you can do almost any of those right now. Gold, take a quick look at gold on the session today. Huge move really last night. So much of this move today, this big spike happened last night, which actually allowed us to get out of a naked put that we had in here. So we were trading a lot of naked trades right now, a lot of naked, because you've got a lot of things that are really in a bullish mode. So you've got oil in a bullish mode, ES in a bullish mode, you've got gold in a bullish mode. Everything to me that's bullish, we have been just selling naked puts on it. Yes, we have 112s and we have some strangles, but I don't even want to get tested to the upside. I'm just happy to get these naked puts. And we took that gold one off, as I showed you guys, in just 6 days. That thing hit a 40% price target. Gold, big rally last night right around 6 o'clock, and that's exactly where we top ticked it and closed our trade at the very height, right at 613 out of the 615 high last night. And then it pulled back on the session overall today. And then right now, gold opening up just fractionally higher in the after hours, early morning trading, as you have it. Weekly, very strong. Daily, a little bit weaker. I like this. I think gold's possibly setting up for a strangle opportunity as well. So we got long on this, basically this pennant or bull flag breakout. We got long. We actually closed that trade pretty doggone quickly there. And now we're just going to look to see if we can maintain either sideways action here or something else. So gold, I still would be longish trades. I think 112s don't set up on gold at all, which is a shame, because I think gold is one of the best vehicles. But I think we can certainly put on some ratio spreads, some short, longer term puts, and then potentially we can strangle this thing a little bit. We'll look at the fourth of the big four, and that is bonds. We had the dollar moving up today. We had the 10-year moving down slightly. That was bullish for bonds. I am bullish for bonds overall. We have a lot of bond trades on, as you saw when I just went through my allocations with you. We've got a bond strangle that's up 8% in 7 days. We've got a ratio spread up 50% in 17 days. We've got a 112 that we've already taken the naked puts off of, and we got another 112 that's up 38% in just 16 days. And I'm going to probably pop another trade on bonds here as well. I like where bonds are. I think you're just going to keep moving up and down and sideways. Strangles on bonds, beautiful trade right now. I think 112s, if they set up right, would be great. And I'm also going to be selling some naked puts on bonds. So there's where we are. I think lots of trade opportunities in here. If you take a look at copper here, which is the kind of the next trade that we look at, big breakout of this ascending triangle, cranked way above the 3 ATR. And then, as you would expect, it can't breathe out here for too long. It has to come back inside the space capsule, which it has done and settled back a bit more. MACD, RSI, squeeze, all running out of the momentum as we pull back a bit on copper. The weekly still looks pretty strong. The daily got a little bit ahead of itself. Any further pullback here, I think, would set copper up for a good strangle opportunity. I do like copper, and we do have also a 112 trade in copper up 60%. So copper is looking great. Last thing is I want to touch base on is Russell. Good week going so far today, and possibly a breakout of this ascending triangle breaking out here. I love the Russell. I want to be long Russell as well. So I've got 112 trades working here. We're up 77% in 20 days on a 112 here. And then my last trade that will hit and we'll move on. We'll get two more in here with you guys. So if you don't mind, I will spend a little bit more time on two more underlyings. 6A, which is the Aussie dollar. It's one of my all-time favorites to trade. This thing is beautifully sitting right at the 21 with a little bit of downward momentum on the weekly. You have a little bit of an upward momentum going to sideways on the daily. I think this thing is just a beautiful sideways looking trade. We are up a strangle here, up 38% in 15 days. Some of our members have closed those out early. Since why wait for 30 days to close at 50 when you can take today at 38% in just half of the time? So totally fine if they do that. I'm going to keep putting on more strangles here. We're watching the dollar, but the dollar looks pretty decently strong, but really just sideways, just getting all this pent up energy in this symmetrical wedge triangle that it's in. All right, let's check one more thing here, and that is wheat, because we're also in wheat trades. Again, we love trading futures. I want to be in futures. I'm not going to be a one-trick pony here with just 112 trades. I mean, we've got everything under the sun. We've got both country and Western. So those of you that don't know the Blues Brothers movie, that probably means nothing to you. But anyway, we've got strangles, we've got 112s, we've got 111s, we've got ratio spreads, we've got naked puts at various different DTEs, we've got covered strangles, and we've also got a put credit spread. And that put credit spread happens to be in wheat right now. So you can see the weekly has definitely been weak on the weekly. And heading lower, we've found some support potentially in here. We've banged on it a couple times. So we're going to put credit spread on a little bit below here. We're looking at trying to recover these last couple sessions, just moving sideways, putting in a base. We did trigger a bullish PSAR signal here. MACD is rising, RSI is rising, and the squeeze is reversing higher. I like my chances. I'm not saying it's perfect, but we are up 4% in 2 days on our wheat trade. So there's where we are. Lots of great things happening overall in the markets. I still think we are overbought. We can stay there for a long time. We've done it before. We've stayed there for quite some time on the weekly chart, but I think we're overdone. But there's so many great trades. ES should not be everything that you trade. Okay? I want to be diversified across multiple asset classes. Okay? and I'm just selling premium. I'm selling premium everywhere that I find a bullish trade. And right now, you can throw a dart at a board and probably hit some sort of a bullish trade right now, which is a great sign of a top. Okay, but that top might keep going. But what I want you to do is don't just be a one-trick pony. Don't just focus on one strategy. Okay, understand where the opportunities lie. Diversify yourself away. Okay, and find some trades. But right now, we're trading naked a lot of places, and that's been paying off well. And we've got our buying power right in the perfect line where we want it. We're sitting right around that 50 mark, which is what we like. Great theta. We're having a record week. This is the largest trading week I have ever had in this Income Navigator portfolio account. So we're super excited. See what tomorrow brings. If tomorrow brings a down day, we're going to have a big party. Okay. If tomorrow brings a huge up day, we won't love it so much. That might eat into our profits for the week if we have to close anything. So right now, we're just going to play the markets by ear, and we're going to see what happens. Is there a lot of juice left in this market? Maybe. We'll see what happens. All right. If you like this video, click the like button. Please help me out. Click the like button. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hopefully, we're giving you great content. I'm giving you oodles of ideas. I mean, I've given you over 12 to 15 ideas tonight alone. Okay. Figure out how you want to structure those trades. You have ideas of what underlyings you can do and what types of trades you could be doing in those underlyings. Now you have to just understand what strategies you're going to use, how you're going to set up your trade plan, how you're going to manage your trade plan. Okay. That's where the Discord helps. It's just an online trading room all day long with members bouncing ideas off. In fact, I have to credit one of our members today for really pointing out the fact that the one trade that we closed, the strangle today, I really wasn't watching it because I knew I wasn't at 50%, but considering where it was today to make, what was it, 18% in one day on oil. So if we're going to make 18% in one day, I'll credit I didn't even have a chance to review my portfolio when somebody else was pointing that out. And you know what? It made total sense to close that trade, take the profit, take the money and run. We are banking profits. We're making bank here. We are having a fun time, and we're learning a ton as we go. If you guys want to become a better trader, a more consistent trader, a more profitable trader, come and join us and find out what we're doing. All right. Take care. You guys have a great evening. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.